Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to unbox another Upcrate art box and I'm super excited, so let's get started. Please no pencils anymore, so I have a good feeling about this box. Oh my god, what are these? Lyra Aquacolor. Safe to say that I have never used these. We have some kind of greenish blue. We have yellow, green, and well, some ochre color. And since they are called Aquacolor, I think they will be water soluble. So we'll see. What else is inside? Ooh, another brush. Actually, the last brush that came with an Upcrate box for gouache and watercolor and stuff was so good that I don't use any other brushes at the moment. And this one is an artspaze wash brush in size 12 with dark bristles. And we have the bottle post with the super cute cactus. And some more cacti. Well, there are some of them. And we have some watercolor pieces on the back by Beige Aquarellas. So, well, I guess the topic is watercolor again. And we have some stickers. No way! That's a whole sketchbook! We have the Artspace Fine Arts Zig-Zag Sketchbook. 100% cotton. Well, that's really cool because I have never worked with actual cotton paper before, so I'm very excited for this one. So let's open it. Oh, it smells so good. Whoa, okay. Opens like... Okay. Well, as I expected, since it's called Zig-Zag, it's one of these sketchbooks that are just one endless sheet of paper. And we have, I think, 18 pages. Yes, 18 pages, acid-free portrait watercolor paper, surface with 2 textures. So let's see. That's one side. That's the other side. At first glance, there's not much of a difference, but I guess there will be a difference when actually painting. So, yeah. Oh, and here's another brush. So this is an Artspace synthetic brush in size 6. Holding both of these brushes in my hand, I have to say that they're actually quite heavy for the size, but I think that feels super high quality and I can't wait to try this out. So I just thought, while holding the sketchbook and the brushes in my hands and the Aquacolor crayons, well, that's actually, in comparison to the other boxes, not that much stuff that comes in this box, but turns out I actually missed something. There's another layer of paper, and first of all, here's another crayon. We have liquid pencil in here, and that's something that I have been wanting to try for like, I don't know, more than a year, since the first time I saw this. And it's by Derivan. I don't know this brand, however, I'm super excited to try these. And it comes in yellow, grade 9 and blue. So this will be a super exciting box. I grabbed a jar of water, so let's get swatching. I'm really interested in these crayons because the last time I worked with crayons was in elementary school, so it's been a long time. By the way, my fingers are already blue or green or whatever this color is because this crayon is really soft. Well, now you can see the structure of the paper a little bit better, I guess. First of all, I will just swatch the crayons like this and then add some water. So let's start with the size 6 brush. Wow, okay, they are super pigmented. Look at this pretty color. Okay, in comparison, this one is rather pale. I actually expected it to be as pigmented as the other one, but maybe I just didn't apply enough pigment. Okay, it's actually very much lighter than it seems, because the crayon itself is very, very dark blue. Wow, this one is almost yellow, I'd say. So it should blend really nicely with the actual yellow, I guess. Oh yes, it does. And this kind of ochre color. I actually can't tell you what exact colors these are because there is no color name on them, so yeah, we have to guess what color it is. So these colors actually blend really nice. You can see the transition is super smooth. Let's see what happens if I just apply crayon on top. So now let's go for another way of applying color. Oh my god, I am in love with this shade of green, blue, turquoise, whatever it is. So now let's try the liquid pencils. I'm really excited for these. First of all, we have blue. Wow, it actually looks like, well, like a liquid pencil. It's very self-explanatory. So at a first glance, they look almost the same. You can actually see that this one is a little more yellow than these two, and that this one looks gray, whereas this one looks a little bit more bluish. But we will see how it looks after I added water to it. And this time I'll be using the big brush. Okay, let's go for gray. Oh, and the brush lost the hair. Well, let's leave it there. I don't know what else to say about this, except for it looks like graphite you put in water and applied it to paper. It's super cool, kind of different to watercolor, even though I can't put my finger on it. What it is that makes it different. This one also looks really grayish. However, as you can see, it's a little cooler. So what I noticed while applying these paints is that the pigment actually is not as fine as in watercolors. You can see actual chunks of pigment around here, but it's super pretty. However, the brush lost another hair, so I'm not sure how to feel about this brush. The other one is fine. And yeah, let's wait for it to dry and then have another look at it, because I read in the bottle post that if you wanted to get this graphite sheen, you should scratch on it with, I don't know, some X-Acto knife or something like that. And I hope this works, because I think that would be a super cool effect. So the paint has dried and you can actually see a bigger difference between gray and blue now. And what else you can see is how super grainy the colors are. And I think on this paper it works super well. As you can see, there's actually some more pigment down here than up there, but it looks super cool. So I really like these paints. However, I'm still not sure what I'm gonna paint with the materials, because the prompt or the topic for this month is inspired by nature, and I think there's a pretty big contrast between the paints. These are very vibrant and super light, and these look very muddy, very bad weather, fall-like, and I'm not sure what to make of these and how to bring them together in an artwork, but I definitely want to make use of this special sketchbook structure. So yeah, maybe I'm gonna do something panoramic. We will see. So I just tried going over it with something sharp. Well, it wasn't sharp, it was this cap for the brushes, and it kind of worked, but maybe you see it on camera a little bit. It has become a little more shiny, but it's not that you see it at a first glance. So I think I got a pretty good idea what to draw, and I have already sketched it out. A landscape with lots of mountains, because not only the color selection but also the way the pigment came down onto the paper, it really reminded me of the structure of mountains that are very gray and have some darker patches here, some lighter patches here, and I think these colors will be perfect for a mountain landscape with a nice lake in front. And yeah, let's get started. So, what can I say about the liquid pencils except that they stink like crazy? First of all, I struggled a little bit with finding the right ratio of paint and water, because they behave a little different than watercolors due to the graphite pigment. However, this is exactly what makes the paints great for creating textures. You can just move the pigment around with a brush and create highlights and shadows this way. Also, the paints were really easy to mix with watercolors, so if you only have the gray liquid pencil, you could easily tint it with regular watercolors to make it look more bluish or so. Working with the crayons was actually a really nice experience, because it was pretty intuitive in a way, and actually I can't think of anything that really bothered me. Well, except for the fact that working with them is a little messy, because they are super soft and react with the tiniest bit of moisture. So when you pick them up and touch the crayon where there's no label, you have paint on your hands immediately, and you have to be careful when putting them down, because if you touch your desk or paper with them, there will also be paint. But Yeah, that's nothing that relates to the quality of the crayons. That's more a general thing when working with crayons of that kind. So quality-wise, they were really nice. Concerning the brushes, my opinion is kind of mixed. The smaller brush was really good, however the big wash brush lost quite a lot of bristles. This was a rather loose painting, so I wasn't concerned to ruin it, but if this was a painting that I had been ambitious about, it would have freaked me out a little, because trying to get a hold of loose bristles without ruining a painting can be really tricky. The paper, on the other hand, gosh, I love it! The zigzag style of the sketchbook is cool, even though I think I prefer a normal sketchbook, but the paper could hold a ton of water and didn't buckle at all. I had higher priced paper of the same thickness in the past and it handled less water, way worse, so I would highly recommend this sketchbook. So I'm done with painting and I think it turned out quite okay. As you can see, I changed the water again because it looked too textured in my opinion. I couldn't blend it out, so I just added some more of the blue liquid pencil so that it looks like the water is just deeper over here. And apart from the smell of these guys, the materials were a lot of fun to work with, and the paper actually can take a beating. It held up really well, even though I put lots of water on it. And yeah, I can wait for the next Upcrate box. And if you want to know what's in the next box, make sure to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and see you next time. Bye!